Hello, my name is Suzanne. I'm 63, and this channel is my view of what it means to live in your 60s with intention and purpose. I love watching YouTube, and beyond videos on social security and financial planning, there didn't seem to be a lot of videos for people like me who just want to live fully in our retirement years. So that's why I'm here, at least to share what my simple, very simple life looks like. The other day I made a video. I should say, if you like what you see, please subscribe. I'm new at this, so I'm going to say a lot of silly things. But the other day I made a video about my journaling, how I keep 3 different journals and how I use them each day. And I was sitting here at my desk, and I mentioned it's actually not a desk at all, but a 72-inch dining table that I use as a desk. And I wanted to share some of the things that I have on my desk that make it, or on this table, that make it such a meaningful space for me. And it also made me realize that we each need to have a meaningful space that's just ours, an expression of ourselves in our lives. So let me show you my meaningful space, and if I don't knock everything down, and then we'll talk more about it. My first object are these dried hydrangeas. This year, I finally bought some hydrangea shrubs, and these are the flowers from their first season. And I decided to cut and dry them and keep them just to remind me that I can do something like this. Before I moved here, I did not have a garden. I do not have a green thumb. So this is a reminder that you can do things if you try. And they may do nothing other than gather dust and look beautiful, and that's certainly okay with me. The next object is this lovely little figurine. It's from Kyiv, Ukraine, and I bought it in the mid-90s when I went to see my parents there. And it reminds me of that visit, of that time of my life when my parents were both still alive. And also, winter is my favorite time of the year, my favorite season. So when it's hot outside, looking at this reminds me that winter will eventually come again. And I'm not an ice skater. I'm, in fact, terribly uncoordinated. So it's just winter that we're focusing on. These 2 pieces, the polar bear and the 2 little penguins, I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but they were from my grandmother's break front. And I believe they may have been acquired when my mother worked in Juneau, Alaska as a missionary back in the 40s, before Alaska was even a state. And I believe these may be little souvenirs, but again, it's my love of winter that they remind me of. So then, speaking of my mother, this is a beautiful picture of her. It was taken when we went to Alaska on a cruise, and we stopped in Juneau, and I arranged, as one of those field trips that you do on a cruise, for us to fly up to Mendenhall Glacier, which is something that she had always mentioned that she loved when she lived there. So we, not flying up there, but she always mentioned this very majestic glacier. So I arranged for us to be one of a member of one of these tours, and we flew up to the glacier and got out and walked around. And on the trip up there, Mom sat in next to the pilot there, and I love this picture so much because when people see it, they say, "Was your mother a helicopter pilot?" No, but it's just a beautiful picture. Um, this is another souvenir from Kiev. This is what I was told is a patron saint for women who are praying for a husband. And so in the Catholic faith, of which I am a member, you would say, Saint Anne, send me a man. And I don't know that this is Saint Anne, but I no longer say, Saint Anne, send me a man, because quite honestly, now that I've reached the age of 63, I think I'm good. I think I'm okay being single for the rest of my life. I've been single and I kind of like it. So St. Anne, please don't send me a man. Unless, of course, it's God's will. In that case, you know, all bets are off. This is a basket. I don't mean to sound irreverent. This is a basket that I believe my mother may have found in a thrift store in Evergreen, Colorado, or it's a basket that was given to me by a dear friend of mine, Pat, who also collected baskets. And as you can see, I have used it for a place to collect my journals, the 3 personal journals I use every day, and then a few other miscellaneous journals. A journal for a mystery book that I'm 10 years into writing. It will get done someday, I hope. This is my gardening journal. I started it last year. I told you I have no experience gardening, but I have a dear friend now, Anne, who is slowly teaching me what it means. She's a great gardener. She's slowly showing me what it means to be a gardener. And this was a plan for my front yard that was done that may or may not come to fruition, or it will, but slowly. So that's in my garden journal. And then I have this, which is actually a weekly calendar from 1994 when I lived in New York City. But I kept it because I love the artwork of Carl Larsson. And as you can see from my color scheme here in my cabin, I really like his aesthetic and have tried to imitate it here. And my cabin is called Black Bear Cottage. So, you know, something I dreamed of in 1994 finally came to fruition in 2022, which is when I moved here. So sometimes dreams take a lot of time, and that's okay. That's okay. But, so now that I've shared this special place, what I wanted to mention is that I think it's really important that we all have a special place. My mother was not a writer like I am, but she had her desk in her condominium in Florida, and she used it to write letters and send bills, and she really enjoyed sitting there and doing those small things. My brother is a woodworker, and he has, over the last few years, leading up to his retirement, he has created a workshop in that garage, and that's his special place. And outside of the garage, in the lower level of the house he shares with his wife Heidi, he's created a library for himself where he sits and reads woodworking magazines. And And that's his place. And I think we all need that, especially in our retirement years, so that we have a place that is ours to live with intention, to pursue the things that matter the most to us, and to give those dreams an actual space to come to fruition. I think that's really important. So tell me, what is your personal space in your home? What does it look like? What do you do there? How do you use it as a place to work on the things that matter most to you? Thank you so much for joining. If this type of video speaks to you, please subscribe and click the like button and leave a comment. And thank you so much for joining me. God bless you and have a great week.